Mention in particular Robert Manning, my constituent, who will speak in a moment, a force of nature, an organ recipient, and he can talk a bit about that, but he's really pushed this along, and I've got to give him credit for what we're doing. I appreciate having the Parliamentary Secretary for Health here, Dr. Michael Holland. He'll say a few words as well, but first I'll start with Robert, and then I'm going to, excuse me, pass over to Juliana from Donate Life. She's the Acting General Manager of Donate Life. She'll say a few words as well. And Michael and Adam, my co-chair for this group, Adam Crouch, member for Terrigal, whose work I appreciate as well in this area. He'll bring up the concluding remarks. So, Robert Manning.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. Many of you have either read my story or heard my story. Many of you have been harassed by me through emails. But the key messages I wanted to get across today are really, first and foremost, the important role that family play in the organ and tissue donation process. Without family's consent, organ donation cannot take place. Even if somebody has registered to be an organ donor, the decision is with the family. If the person hasn't registered to be an organ donor, or if they're registered not to be an organ donor, the family may still be asked to consider organ donation. So we need to really understand that without the consent of families, we can have the best putter-inners and the best taker-outers. We can have the sickest people waiting for an organ. But deceased organ donation can only take place with the consent of the family. Most importantly, when it comes to children, we have a situation where parents are suffering at their greatest moment of grief, having lost a loved one. I can only make 3 guarantees. All of us are not getting out of this alive. Every one of us will die. Second guarantee is we will all lose someone or be lost to someone we love well before we want that to happen. And the third guarantee I make is that organ donation is 100% painless for the donor. The pain is with the family who are left behind, who make the decision in that moment of grief with the compassion and love to save the life of strangers. So on Sunday we have Saffron Day, which is a community-based event targeted mainly at the Indian community because of a young boy called Dian Kadani, who at the age of 7 was attending Quakers Hill Public School here in Sydney, and he learned about organ and tissue donation. He passed away on a family trip to India, and his family donated his organs. When they came back, they set up Saffron Day to help their community understand the importance of organ donation. On the 19th of November, we have the National Thank You Day from Donate Life, and that's in recognition to say thank you to the families who have made that decision to say yes when asked for consent. So really the important message is families are the only way that organ and tissue donation can happen. So we need to recognise that.
Well said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Julia.